Hi, parents of Cancer children. Welcome to Parental Guidance with your tarot treat for the week of May 8th through the 14th. Keep in mind that when you're reading these or watching these messages that you particularly pay attention to you and your child's aspects. So the relationship between your child's sun, look at your moon sign or read for your moon sign. For yourself, if you're doing your own child reading, look at the ascendant if the sun doesn't align with you. Also look at the houses. So we are now, this is Cancer. Cancer rules the 4th house. See how this message may apply to your child's 4th house or your 4th house or just home in general. Just wanted to make that clear. That's something that I found for myself while I was looking at my readings, that certain signs aligned a lot better for me than what I was just particularly going off of, which was my sun sign. If you'd like to take advantage of my Mercury retrograde reading special, the details are below. And what was the last thing I wanted to say? Maybe that was it. Oh yeah, what I'm wearing. So this is more so, I feel the need from a spiritual reason. Okay, thank you for letting me know. This is symbolic of a spiritual crossing, whether it's Mercury retrograde, whether your child is physically, like in real time, graduating this week or the end of this week or next week. But I feel like the need to wear this is very symbolic of a passage that we're crossing. I don't know if it has to do with the graduating from the lunar eclipse that we had or what, but this, I just felt the need that I needed to wear this. So let's go ahead and get started with your message for your Cancer children and however you best aspect and align with this message in your chart. So for your Cancer child, for the week of the 8th, they have the 10 of Cups in reverse. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like this is more reality or something. So the message that I am getting is that it's a matter of like their expectations are being tweaked so that it's more real. It's more realistic. They could have had this like honeymoon, like, ooh, you know, just like this feeling of like, I don't know, just like some kind of fantasy. And it's not that the fantasy is not happening, or it's not that the fantasy is not within their framework to have, but they are taking a more realistic approach in how something gets done. If you have a toddler, it can be the realization that my limited understanding does not work. You know, like I thought that when I did this, I would get that. That's not what happened. Okay, I learned something. So they're taking a more realistic approach to solving their problems, getting their dreams out, but it's a realization, a practical realization of something that they once thought in this very like luminescent fantasy-esque mindset. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna get some clarifying. So the Ace of Wands, 7 of Swords, one more, and then they have the 2 of Pentacles. Something is being very made clear. There's a need to defend themselves. Somebody's not listening to them. They have an idea. I feel like they were like this with an idea. Somebody shot it down and they've become more practical with it. Like they felt the need to defend whatever this is. Somebody, it's like somebody said something to them that not only caused them to be defensive, but to just start being quiet and going under the radar. You know, how craps can be. They're still determined with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. To me, there's no indecision. There's no juggling. It's a very concise, like laser focus on how they're going to go about something, or it's like they only just doubled down. Before they had, you know, uncertainties about this, you know, they were juggling, but somebody said something and they became very protective of this project, and they're like, all right, I'm not telling anybody about it. I'm going to be very practical and very, not necessarily secretive, but they've gone quiet to protect something, protect their heart, protect their emotions, protect something that's very important to them. But it feels like a relative who is known for shooting off at the mouth, just half-ass comments without thinking. Your child probably took on a very "I'll show you" attitude, depending on the age. But they're not telling this person anything else. It's not so much like, oh, well, they learned a lesson and, you know, they're butthurt about it or heartbroken. They're just like, no, this is not somebody that I can trust. It can be a friend, but they are keeping their dreams to themselves. They're being very, like, particular about who they share their things with. But somebody taught them that lesson, and they're being... Ooh. Yeah, it flipped up, and that I know that this means like later they'll tell either certain people, or they'll be more comfortable or feel more comfortable expressing it. But this interaction with somebody just caused them to kind of go mute or under the radar or underground, to just like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not telling anybody. I'm not, or, you know, it's like, it does, like, I'm not feeling a strong sense of shame. It's just like, no, I didn't like that, or I don't trust this person, or I know that I can't tell everybody what I'm doing. Maybe you got defensive with them. Maybe it's something that you told them to do. Maybe you didn't hear the full story. And they're like, but I still want to do this, even though, like, my parents aren't in agreement. And don't be upset. They're going to go do it anyway. And it's not out of rebellion, but it's because they believe in it so strongly. Even if they don't have all the pieces together, if it's all worked out, it's like something that an idea that's not fully, you know, evolved yet. There's still some holes in it. They believe so strongly in it, and then they were met with resistance, and they're like, no, I believe in this a lot. I don't care what you say. Like, and they're just really impassioned this week to be, there is a sense of stubbornness, but they're very protective and resistant to anything that does not support. Yes, be mindful of what you say. They're not going to be in an attitude to resist, or not resist. They're not going to be in an attitude to, like, be open to any criticism. They're very protective of whatever their ideas are this week. And you just need to, like, be careful about, or be considerate about how you navigate that, because they're on the defensive about something. That's a gist of what I get. There's some kind of decision or choice that was made. They're going to circumvent it. They're going to be, like, put in double time the effort to be, like, hyper focused. They're not, it's like they're not juggling, or they're not indecisive. They're, you know, multiplying the energy to, like, get something out faster. They're like doubling down, you know, on their output. The energy that they were, like, juggling between two things, they're going to combine it and go to one, and it's going to be more forceful. But yeah, I'm just getting a sense of resistance to their idea. They're getting defensive. They're going under the radar so that they can just do it themselves. And they're like, this is what I want to do. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know. Like, but that's what I feel. So Aries parents, you guys have the Page of Wands in reverse. I'm not feeling a resistance. I feel like a quiet observation from you. I don't know what you're tired from, but you're coming off to me as just tired. Maybe you're burnt out from this with your Aries or with your Cancer child. It feels like there was already a conflict, like, or you just had like the urge previously to like kind of, you know, question it, but you're burnt out. Like I feel like a sense of I'm tired. Like, and you two are, it's fire and water. So I just feel like you're worn out and you're just like, I'm not going to touch that. I'm just let them, you know, I just feel exhaustion, and I don't know why, but a heavy sense of exhaustion coming from you. And that's probably the thing. Just keep your energy to yourself, fill your cup. Your child is fine. Whatever this is, it's important to them. You understand that everything's going to be okay. Taurian parents, you guys have the luminary. You are like, I'm glad you finally came to this conclusion. I'm so proud of you. Like, this is great. You are obviously, yes, in support of this energy with your child. I feel like you are speaking against the naysayers. You were helping them cultivate this even further. Like, you were their cheerleader this week, Taurian parents, or parents with Taurian placements. And maybe, yes, I will just start saying that because it makes it easier. Parents with Gemini placements, excuse me. You guys have the Queen of Wands in the upright. Same thing. Like, what you need, baby. Like, you're all in with this. This could have been something school related where the school said no for graduation or something. But it's very important for your child. Maybe it's about your culture, something that's important about your culture that you want to express during graduation or something like that. The school says no, and you're like, no, we're going to do it anyway. So you're very much in support of your Cancer child in doing something. And it's like, look at the mom's attitude. I know you're right there, and you know that I'm recording something. What do you need? Yes, you can go get it. It's in the room. But again, what did I say? I'm recording something, so I need you to wait until I am done. Yes? Okay, thank you. So yes, like if you look at her face, she's like, we're doing this anyway. Like, I don't care. So it's like you guys are partners in crime. Cancer parents of Cancer children, maybe you or your child has other Capricorn placements in your chart. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel like you're just giving anything and everything that your child needs. It's just like, whatever you need, I'm here to support you. Whatever you need. It's not like a martyrdom feeling, but you are just like, not reckless abandon, but it's just like this like servant quality. I don't want to say submissive, but it's just like a servant quality. Like, whatever your child needs, maybe it's a project that they're trying to submit for, you know, a scholarship that they're trying to submit for, an application. It's something where you are placing yourself in a, you know, all in servant attitude. How can I help? How can I be of service? How can I, you know, support you? But you are all in for your Cancer child. You are so invested in a good way. Leo parents, you guys have the Hangman or Hang Monster in reverse. Again, you're just like, woo! You're just like excited. You're here for the ride. You agree with your child's position. You are just in life in general, just so fancy free. Weights off of your shoulders, like whatever the case may be. You're liberated. You're not holding on to things like you're just being very light and airy this week, not allowing things to hold you back or stick to you. Everything is just light, airy, clear, no heaviness this week. Virgo parents, you guys have the Four of Swords. You're thinking about something, you're contemplating something, you're giving something some time. If this relates specifically to your child with Cancerian placements, you just need a time out to think about it. You're probably the one, and not to place the blame, you're probably a person type in the storyline that expressed your concerns or your disagreements or whatever, and it could have resulted in a mild argument or something, and you're just like, all right, let me think about this for a little bit. Let me get back to you. I know that you really want to do something, but it's like, just let me think about it a little bit more. Let me see how this could practically work. But this feels specific to your child in your relationship. If you have Virgo placements, you're just still like, you need more time to think about this. And that's where you are. You're like, I got to get back to you on this. I got to talk to your father or your mom or whatever. But you're just like, hold up. I can't give you a yes just yet. So we have Libra parents. You guys have the Knight of Cups. Back to the drawing board is what I feel. You're going back to something. I don't know if it's like you disagree with your child, but you're trying to compromise. You're trying to negotiate something. But I feel you like, all right, like let's work on this. You're willing to be there with your child is what I'm sensing. Like you're willing to work with them to find a solution that satisfies your desires or your non-negotiables. I don't know if it's like your child wants to get a tattoo or a piercing, but you're like really in it with them in terms of like, oh, I'm not comfortable with this, but I want you to be your own person. You're working on negotiations. It's like you're coming back with an offer for your child. Like it's not like you're going somewhere else with an offer. It's not like this doesn't feel like you're going towards your child. This does. Like you guys, you walked away and now you're like feeling some type of way about that. And you're like, I really should let's see what we can do. So it's like a revisiting of a decision or whatnot. Let me know how this all resonates for you all in the comments, please. And thank you. Scorpio parents, you guys are losing what no longer serves you with this World card in reverse. There's, heaviness. I don't feel like stuff is out of order. I feel like the stuff that, wasn't in order is the stuff that you're dropping. Your plate felt really heavy and you're just like, nope, we're not doing this. I am not seeing a direct correlation with your child. Now that I say that, what pops up in mind is dropping everything that is a waste of your time so that you can be more connected with your Cancerian little one or big one, however old they are. Sagittarian or parents with Sagittarian placements, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know, for some of you guys, it's like, let's see how this goes. Like you're on the fence. You're like, I don't know about this. Like you have some reservations because you're not giving any support to it. You're on board. You're receptive to listen, but you still have some questions. So you could be, the one that, like, again, like Virgo, because it's a mutable sign. Like, you're like, I don't know about this. Like, you're really gung-ho about this, Cardinal. And Cardinal is like the initiators. Like, I see you're really passionate about this. You want to take off, but have you weighed the pros and cons? I don't know. So I'm getting that energy from you, that there's some hesitancy and your willingness to just be on board with this just yet. Capricorn parents, you have the Judgment. I don't feel like this is like a hard no, or a hard stance, but I feel like this is like you really backing your child. This feels like, all right, let's do this. Like it feels like you getting on board with your child's desire. Now, I also hear there's going to be some stipulations, but you can see the value, you can see the end goal, you can see how this benefits, and you're okay with it. Aquarian parents, you guys have the King of Cups. You again are on board as well. Practical. It's like, all right, what do you need? It's kind of one of those things, like, you see it, like, that's exactly what it is. A father who would look at that. How much does it cost? Like, one, it makes sense. Okay, how much does this cost? What do you need? All right, let's get this done kind of attitude. So I don't know, it's the emotional reservedness of the Aquarius, but the understanding, like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that, you know. Pisces parents or parents with Piscean placements, you guys have the Emperor. You were like bestowing whatever they need to get this done. You believe in the vision. You're supporting it. There's not really anything else that comes up to mind for me. Just really like in support, all in with your Cancerian child. Of course, you know, you got the Emperor, which is ruled by Aries, which is a cardinal sign. You and your child with Cancerian placements are both water. You're on board. You're ready to support. And it's kind of like Gemini. Gemini was air. But both of you guys were just like, yeah, we're totally a go. Let's do this. So that is the messages that I have for you all. Let me know how these correlate and align for you in the comments below. And I will see you all next week. Take care.